Guys, we have a bald eagle in our tree. Wow, we just saw a bald eagle in our tree.
Wow.
Oh. Hey everybody, welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid. Wasn't that some amazing footage of a bald eagle? That's from yesterday afternoon. I came outside to play with Daniel in the field. He got a new football and we're going out there to pass and punt his new football. And I'm on the back porch tying my shoes and I hear this screeching that just is out of place for this area. I'm in Albemarle County, Virginia, just outside of Charlottesville. Most of you who subscribe know that. I'm going to try to catch these beautiful leaves falling here in the background. Oh, they're back there too. Gosh, this weather is so beautiful. This time of year is so gorgeous. I expected the multicolored leaves. I never expected a bald eagle. Didn't expect that multicolored leaf right in the face. So I hear this noise. I thought at first maybe somebody was up in the woods with an elk call. And I was thinking, why would they have an elk call? There's no elk around here. Then I hear it again, and I knew instinctively what it was. I used to live on the West Coast out in Washington State, and bald eagles were common out there. So I go around the corner of the house, look up, and perched up there in the top of that tall poplar tree above our pond, sure enough, was a bald eagle. So I ran inside, got my wife's phone real quick, and got a little bit of footage of it for you there before it flew away. But guys, I'm still, the next day, awestruck with that. I Googled it. I found out that there are approximately 1,000 known eagle nests in Virginia. The number's up quite a bit. Back in the early 90s, it was only about 200 nesting pairs of bald eagles in Virginia, but now I guess there's upwards of 1,000. But still, what an amazing sight. I'm looking at that tree now the eagle was in, and there's a gray squirrel running up it. But guys, what is there a message to this? This bald eagle, it's in my yard, it's in my tree above my pond. Why? Many of you probably are very familiar with animal totems. For those of you who aren't, I'll fill you in just a little bit. The Native American Indians believed that when certain animals appeared in your life, they did so to bring you a message. Now you can Google this. Let's say you see a fox out of place. All of a sudden you're not used to seeing foxes in this certain area, or you're just not used to seeing foxes at all. Go Google fox totem, and just off of memory, recollection, I think the fox totem means to kind of go unseen, to be able to get things done without being noticed. Well, the eagle totem, according to Native American Indian folklore and legend, meant messenger, or a message is here from the Great Spirit. If an eagle appears in your life, eagles also represent freedom, wisdom, success, victory. And guys, while I was reading about eagles, it also caught my attention that eagles are typically singular creatures in nature. Now they mate, of course, they pair up, but you don't see them running in flocks like pigeons or crows or vultures. They're very confident. They have the ability to soar higher and fly higher than any other bird out there. And as a matter of fact, a lot of times when storms roll in, while the other birds take cover, or while the buzzards and the vultures will sit there on the limbs of the dead trees and shudder and shake in the rain and be cold and miserable, the eagles will instinctively fly higher than the storm clouds to give their wings a rest. And guys, I was reading all this stuff thinking, why did I see an eagle? And the answer kind of came to me, or at least as I see it, it is about a message, but it's not a message for me, it's a message for you. A lot of times on our channel, I read the comments and I share other people's stories with you. You know, we recently shared the story about Dawn over in the UK who overcame some severe physical challenges to go out and have a good time on Guy Fawkes Night. There's something else I noticed that a lot of our subscribers have in common in regard to messages they leave, and that is that a lot of our subscribers, a lot of you watching, a lot of you seeing this video out there right now spend a lot of time alone. A lot of you folks live alone. You're not in any sort of committed, meaningful relationship. You mention this to me and you say that you desire to have this, but then here's the key point, and here is where I really believe that eagle came to tell me to deliver the message to you that you are not alone because you are unworthy. You are alone because you are worthy. It's not that you're not worthy, it's because you are worthy beyond measure. Your worth is very high, you value your worth, and you're one of the great minority of human beings who actually see your worth. Guys, it is so easy to settle. You're not alone because you're not worthy, you're alone because you refuse to settle for less than what you are worthy of. I know this because when you mention in the comments, those of you who have done this, I don't have anybody right now, I'm alone, but I'm okay with that because I don't want to get back into another toxic relationship. I've worked very hard to get the toxic people out of my life, and I'd rather be alone than go back to such a relationship. You're that eagle. You're not that vulture. You're not that buzzard. You're not the flock of pigeons who feel that you need to be with someone just for the simple sake of being with someone. Like that eagle, you know you are worthy enough to not lower your standards, not settle, not accept less than the best of which you're deserving, so you fly alone. In regard to the storms, the rest of the birds, they'll flock together, they shudder together, they say, oh, this is a miserable situation, but at least we have each other's company. Not the eagle. The eagle flies above the clouds. That eagle soars higher than the problem itself to overcome those problems. That's you. That is you. If you look throughout history, if you look at some of the great women, some of the great men, some of the great world leaders, some of the great spiritual gurus, many of whom are the heads of their perspective or respective religions, these people spent mass amount of times, in fact, the majority of their lives alone. And they were okay with that. That's because they were eagles. They knew they were eagles. They saw that they were eagles, and they did not want to settle. They did not lower their standards. They did not flock with pigeons. They did not run with the crows. They did not soar with the vultures. They did not seek safety in numbers with lesser than masses when the rains came. They soared higher. They went above the problems. They got above the clouds, and therefore got out of the storm. Guys, they call me Crazy Lake for a reason. That's been established. I see a vulture up there. I'm making sure it's not the eagle. It's not. Okay, so I don't think like everybody else. I accept that, and frankly, I like that. I believe that eagle came here for me to give you this message. You are not alone because you're not worthy. You're alone because you are very worthy. You're worthy beyond measure, and you have the confidence to spot that and to see that and to recognize that, and you refuse to settle because your standards, like that eagle, are high. Keep them there. That's my recommendation. I'm not the most qualified person to give advice or give recommendations. I talk about my own life, and I can relate to that eagle. I'm blessed to have my beautiful bride Dearly. I'm blessed to have my beautiful, healthy, happy son Daniel. But, Dearly goes out a couple days a week with friends of hers. She's got a best friend, and sometimes they go out and hang out with some of the other girls. I'm glad that she does that. I'm happy that she does that. That's important to her, and she's more social than me, and I encourage her to do that. And sometimes if more than a few days go by without her having gotten together with her friend or her friends, I'll kind of nudge her along and say, hey, why don't you check in with so-and-so, and maybe you guys should go hang out, and she does. Now, when that happens, do I jump at that opportunity to go hang out with the boys and go have a beer at the bar? No, I don't drink. You guys who are regulars know that. But still, I just don't view that as an opportunity to jump in the car and leave the homestead and go hang out with somebody and see what they're doing and sit around and shoot the breeze or chew the fat, because I can't think of a bigger waste of my time than to do that. And no, I do not think that my beautiful bride Dearly is wasting her time when she does that. I know that's time well spent for her. I like her friends. Sometimes I get together with them in like school settings, social type settings, and I enjoy every minute of it, and I laugh and really have a good time. But once she's gone, she's out with her friends. I don't mind one bit being like that eagle. As a matter of fact, I prefer to be like that eagle. And I stay here, I stay alone, I do the things that make me happy. As a matter of fact, I brought my riding lawn tractor up here today with my shovel because I found another beautiful, perfectly symmetrical little baby cedar up here in the wood line I'm going to dig up before I head down to the house to upload this video and take it down there and put it in our man-made forest somewhere, because that's the kind of thing I enjoy, that's the kind of thing I love to do. I'd rather do that alone than go flock with a bunch of pigeons and sit around a bar and spit away $4 or $5 a glass for a beer to talk about whatever. That's I'd rather be that eagle. And I believe many of you follow this channel. You like these morning rambles because you too are that eagle. You know you spend a lot of time alone, not because you're not worthy, but because you are. You're worthy beyond measure, and you are worthy of your own time. So, for what that's worth, that's your morning ramble this morning. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful short snippet of that eagle. That's, I guess, I'll keep my eyes open, guys and girls. I'll see if he or she is going to hang out with us more here on the homestead. I hope so. So, I want to thank you for being with me again on this beautiful fall morning. I'm going to give you another beautiful parting shot of the homestead. And be like that eagle today. Soar high, soar above the problems, go above the clouds and above the storms. And we'll see you for more next time from here at Homesteading Off the Grid.